Yo, what is good, YouTube? It's your boy Leach, back here with another reaction video. We got TREY Hendrickson says he won't play under current contract. Some more TREY news, surrounding the Bengals. Apparently, today he showed up to practice and pretty much blasted the whole team, or not the whole team, but like the front office, pretty much. And, let's get right into it. A lot to go over, man. The Bengals front office is a joke, bro. They're clowns. They're stupid, dumb. Like, bro, he was the sack leader a season ago, and you won't pay the man his money, bro. And you won't even communicate with him, bro. Like, that's just weird, bro. But, yeah, let's get right into it.
TREY Hendrickson showed up to the Bengals facility today, and he had a lot to say about his future with the team. Here's some of it.
Let's listen to this.
What I can say is I'm very disappointed with the communication that's been had.
I don't blame you, bro.
It's very... Former players have walked in these shoes, and what it foreshadows is not something that I'm excited about to tell my wife and family. They see how hard I work. There's no other organization knows me better than this one. They watch me an individual. They see how I carry myself as a human being, and they know me.
Like,
Try
come
not
on,
to let
Bengals.
the business become personal. I think over the last week or so, it's become personal, unfortunately. And when there's a lack of communication in any relationship, if it's business or a personal relationship, lack of communication leads to animosity, and that leaves my narrative only to me with no clear direction. So the lack of direction, the lack of communication is leading to things that are allowing me to think about what's going to happen more than how great they have treated me.
Tim, that all sounds like it's in a great place. What do you make of TREY Hendrickson and his current contract dispute with the Cincinnati Bengals?
Yeah, I think there are a lot of key things to what TREY Hendrickson said there. Like, he obviously, sounds like somebody that's, feels like it's gotten personal. He said as much, and he feels, I think, hurt by how the Bengals.
Yeah, they're being this. Like, bro.
Sounds like somebody.
They're being the B word, man. They're being some
kind of laid on the line for the organization.
Like, why can't you get a deal done with them, bro? You have the money, bro. Geno Stone took a damn pay cut to help it. This that money to trade, bro.
To be honest,
Jesus, bro.
At his age, probably should be making more than $30 million a year.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They don't want to pay him for some reason because they're cheap, bro. They're cheap.
Talk and try to work out a long-term deal, but he's feeling like there's not even good communication from the organization.
Sad, bro.
I think it's led him to the point where he's saying, like, wait a second, like, you know who I am. You know what kind of teammate I've been. You know what kind of member of this organization that I've been. And this is
TREY
how
bust
we're
his
gonna
ass,
communicate
bro.
about
So
me
be where he's
potentially
at,
getting
bro.
a contract extension.
And the fact the Bengals front office don't want to get a deal done, won't even communicate with him, bro. It's just sad, bro. It's really a heartbreaking situation, bro.
The defensive side of the ball that probably
Like, it's
deserves
sad.
to be rewarded.
Like,
TREY Hendrickson would be at the very front of the line.
Sure, and look, they've had conversations throughout the offseason. They did get extensions done with their star wide receivers.
Well, yeah, now it's time to extend TREY Hendrickson.
And obviously, I think TREY Hendrickson felt like he would be next. They haven't been able to make it work. He's going to be 31 years old at some point this
Who cares,
season, and
bro?
that may
He's a
be
dog.
part of the holdup. But nonetheless, things do not seem to be in a great place between TREY Hendrickson and the Bengals. Now, back in February, Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow talked about the contract situations that were coming up this offseason in Cincinnati.
Yeah, I remember
and he had
this.
some suggestions on how they could make everybody happy. Here's what Burrow said to Barstool Sports at the time. Quote, "You could convert some of the money into a signing bonus, which will lower the cap hit. You can push some of the money to the back end of the contract. That lowers the cap hit. And then when you get to the back end of the contract, you can restructure it and convert it to a signing bonus. The Eagles are paying everybody.
That's what I'm saying. The Eagles know how to get deals done. But the Bengals front office, bro, y'all slow in the head, bro. Y'all are stupid.
Publicly this offseason, they've talked about how they do have the cap space to extend all
They
these
do.
guys.
They're
Tim,
just
but what do you make of
being
the
dumb.
Burrow side of all this? I'm sure he's happy they got Higgins and Chase done, but he would like Hendrickson there as well.
He's our best defensive piece, bro.
Yeah, I think
It's
this is
plain
one
and
of these
simple.
scenarios
Get
where when
a
you're the star
deal
player,
done.
the guy that's making the most
D-E-L.
money of
Deal.
anybody on the
D-E-L,
roster,
bro.
but your
Get a deal.
posture and
D-O-N-E.
position
Done,
needs to
bro.
be exactly what
ASAP,
Joe Burrow
bro.
is saying there, which is very player and teammate friendly. And
I don't blame him for not playing under the current contract, bro.
There's got to be a way to work it out.
Because he'll lose more money if he does that. Like, that's why they won't do it. They're trying to screw Hendrickson.
Whether it's true or not, like that's just
stand on business, Trey.
And then, ultimately, it's not Joe Burrow's job to be, the salary cap guy.
That's what I'm saying, bro. But he has to, because the front office is just so one-sided, bro. They're so dumb. Like,
to draft players that can play on rookie contracts, and then it's Joe Burrow.
And by the way, they're having problems with Shamar Stewart anyways, and he's a rookie, bro. They can't even get a deal done with him. Just shows you how dumb they are. But I did see where Demetrius Knight was at practice today, so that's a good sign. They must have got something worked out with him. So now we're just waiting on Shamar Stewart, and TREY Hendrickson.
Structure them to deals that make sense. You mentioned TREY Hendrickson's age. Look, yeah, he will turn 31. He's got 35 sacks the last 2
That's
seasons.
what I'm saying, bro. Who cares, bro? He's been phenomenal for us.
That is really hard to replace. And so I think when you look at it from Cincy's perspective, yeah, it's great to have 2-star wide receivers, but be careful because you might lose your best edge rusher.
It's gotten personal now, Dan, between the Cincinnati Bengals and TREY Hendrickson. And for TREY Hendrickson to come out and say what he has said the last 2 days over the phone with me yesterday in press conference settings today, that tells you how upset, bothered, and frustrated he is at the pace of these negotiations. If we go back to last year, he felt like he was told that all he had to do was come in, be a good soldier, produce on the field, and he would be rewarded. Well,
that's not the case right now, you jackasses. Get a deal done. It's that simple.
Played as well as anybody in all of football. And now this
sack leader of last season, bro. When that Bengals defense was bottom in the league, he kept it, kept it going, bro. Like, if it wasn't for TREY Hendrickson, bro, I don't know, bro. That defense might have gave up 80 points a game, but they still gave up like 30 a game, bro. Nah, Trigger Trey, bro, needs an extension, bro.
With less time on his deal, closer to free agency.
Man, I got a TREY Hendrickson jersey, bro. I'm not trying to see him leave, bro. But that's where it seems like he's headed, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
And he's frustrated because the team has not only not returned
and they won't even talk to him,
his
bro.
phone calls since the draft, or at least not communicated with him. But they obviously had comments to make at the owners' meetings about how he should be happy to play for what he's playing for. And then, of course, you have a situation where all these other players are being paid right
That's what
now.
I'm saying. Miles Garrett, Max Crosby.
Like
it's time for TREY Hendrickson, bro. Whether the Bengals front office likes it or not, bro. I mean, what are y'all doing, bro?
Now he says he's not going to play this season.
I don't blame him. Sit out, bro, until they give you a deal.
Let's say we get
it's that
into the
simple.
summer training camp.
I'm right with you, Trey.
You can imagine he'll be holding himself out of practice or saying his back's bothering him and what it would be like going into
I don't think he'll say that. He'll probably just sit out, bro. He don't give
it started very slow.
Give an F, bro. I don't blame him, bro.
It's trying to reverse all that. They've signed their wide receivers. They haven't signed.
Now sign the defense in, bro. That was a sack leader a season ago, and is a key piece in your defense. But you're retarded. Excuse me, but
we've seen some players go into the regular season willing to miss real games in an effort to get what they want out of these contracts. You spoke to him on the phone. You said yesterday, like, that feels like a realistic possibility to you at this point?
Well, it's middle of May, Dan, right?
Yeah.
And this is his leverage, what he can do. But I think his point is, okay, so if I lose, a few $100,000, even $1 million, what are we talking about in the grand scheme of things when there are other pass rushers making north of $35 and $40 million a year? And
well, he's one of the best in the league, bro. He should be getting that money. I mean, I know he's not like really good against the run, but he's a pure pass rusher, bro. I mean, he still deserves the money, bro, regardless, bro.
30 days out. Then we're going to find you.
Because if you can't get a deal done with TREY Hendrickson, then who's going to be the other edge alongside Shamar Stewart, bro? But he's not even practicing yet, bro, so you have that problem too. But Miles Murphy, but
to see if there's a way to figure it out. They got deals done.
We need TREY Hendrickson back in the building,
They got deals done for T. Higgins. They have not gotten TREY Hendrickson done, and this is going to be an issue until there is a deal that gets done.
Yeah, it's going to be an ongoing thing until they just
get a deal done, but it does seem like there seems to be some mending of fences.
I'm a Floridian, So there's unprovoked shark attacks and there's provoked shark attacks. This is not something where I'm just twiddling my thumbs thinking, oh, how can I get the next one up? So,
Is there any way in your mind, Trey, that you would play this year on your current contract?
no.
Nope.
Peter, this has really escalated if we're talking about sharks. What do you make of the way Trey Hendrickson feels about all of this?
Well, there's blood in the water from one side, but it seems like the Bengals aren't budging. I find this actually refreshing in a way. A lot of times we go through the agents and the players aren't speaking publicly, but like Trey Hendrickson is a 30-year-old man who has signed multiple deals and is looking to get paid and is basically very measured and came in and said, look, I met my wife here. She was a nurse at the VA right down the street. Like, my kids were born here. I want to play here. It's just, it's like, not fair based on market value.
It's not,
what
bro.
I'm making right now. So I would like to see a new deal, and the Bengals aren't budging. The Bengals came
Like,
into this
why, bro?
I
just don't understand it, bro. It's just so annoying, bro.
Pay Jamar Chase and pay T. Higgins. They did that. When the rubber hits the road, I don't know what else to say, but like this, to him to come to OTAs, not practice, dress like he's about to go play 18 on a nice course afterwards, and just talk directly to reporters in a very measured way is refreshing because you get to hear his side. The one distressing thing about this is that there were some text exchanges with Zach Taylor that he revealed that set him back and he was not happy with. You hate to see it get ugly, but like, guys, in the business world, this stuff happens, and I hate to say it, he is a great player, but when you see that 3 before someone's age, teams aren't lining up to pay you, and in this case, the Bengals were looking to hire and sign and give a big extension to their 2 young wide receivers, and they might not have been looking to pay this guy before his contract is up.
But he needs paid, though, bro. Who cares that he's going to be 31, bro?
That's one of the reasons
he deserves to get paid regardless, bro. Even if it's not from the Bengals.
To this point in mid-May,
like, what?
Where he is
what are you talking about, bro?
Speaking out and
yeah, I know teams don't like to, once guys get past like 30, they're like iffy about it, long-term deals, but
and how serious he must be
about
his threat
just sign
today
him, bro.
Not to play this upcoming season on his existing contract.
Look, back-to-back 17 sack seasons, bro. Trey Hendrickson is up on that list, bro.
Like Max Crosby in
what
Las
are y'all
Vegas,
doing,
like
bro?
Garrett in Cleveland get paid upwards of $35-40 million a year, which is way more than double, almost triple what he's scheduled to be making this year. And this comes after a year in which the Bengals told Trey Hendrickson to be on his best behavior, to produce, and
he did all that, bro. He's a good dude in that locker room too, bro. And they're just lying to his face, bro. Like, y'all some weirdos, bro. Up in that front office at Cincy, bro. I can't stand our front office, bro.
Until the contract gets done. So something has to give here, and we'll see how long this goes on.
I mean, I don't blame Trey, bro. Sit out, bro.
He's been a good soldier. We just had the list of guys that have had back-to-back 17-sack seasons. It's a short list with Hall of Famers on it.
That's what I'm saying.
The reality
it's not that hard, bro. Just pay the dude, bro.
Like, and then he's been a good teammate. Like how he's handled his business, how he's been patient to get the last.
And he just puts his head down and works, bro. He don't talk. He don't like.
I think when you
just extend him, bro. Damn.
Like he's, the team
said it damn near 1,000 times in this video, but like, it's that simple, bro. But that's gonna do it, bro. For this Trey Hendrickson saga continues. The news, it's just a mess, bro. I don't know. Supposedly, Zach Taylor texted him and said, if you don't come to rookie minicamp, bro, you'll get fined or something. But I really don't think Zach Taylor went out of his way to say that, bro. I guarantee you one of them in that front office told Zach Taylor to say that to him. And the fact Zach Taylor's getting in the middle of things, bro, is not even his fault, bro. It's just sad, bro. Horrible situation that's happening in Cincinnati right now. Bro, just bring him back on a long-term deal. I know he's about to be 31. I know, teams don't like to pay players long-term deals once they out of their 30s, bro. But, like, y'all saw the list. Back-to-back 17-plus sack seasons. It's a very short list. T.J. Watt's up there. Trey Hendrickson's up there. Reggie White was up there. He deserves to get the big bucks, bro. He's our best defensive piece, bro. He is. And then if you don't pay him, bro, and he sits out the whole season, bro, there has to be something that gets done, bro. And the fact that Joe Burrow has to say things and get in the middle and say that he wants these guys back, he shouldn't have to do that. But he had to do that for Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. And finally, they actually signed them both, which I was surprised. I'm not going to lie. I didn't think they were going to pay T. Higgins, but they did. They paid Jamar Chase too, which we knew that was going to happen. But Trey Hendrickson, bottom line, needs to be paid, bro. Whether the Bengals front office likes it or not, y'all got to get a deal done, bro. It's that simple, bro. Trigger Trey is a key part of our defense. He's the heart and soul of our defense, to be quite honest with you, bro. But I think it's just bullshit, bro, that this front office, it just keeps dragging it. And they're dragging it with Shamar Stewart right now. You can't even get a rookie deal done with him. And he's your first round pick. Like, what is wrong with y'all, bro? Some just goofies. But hopefully, man, something happens in the near future and a deal does get done for Trey Hendrickson, bro, because he really deserves it, man. Hard worker. He did what they said, and they're stabbing him in the back right now. It's just a horrible thing to see. But that's gonna do it for this reaction, though. Make sure y'all subscribe, like the video, and I'm out. Peace.